Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, well, welcome, hello. Make sure to subscribe in the area below. Become a part of the Simply Happy Marlowe YouTube family. And if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. So today's video is a long requested video. Oh, Roxy wants to make a bit of a appearance. Can you say hi? Okay, or maybe not. Little attitudey. But say hi. Or not. Alright, or not. Alright, doesn't feel like being in the video today. Anyway, so I'm doing a long-awaited video that a lot of you have been requesting and a lot of you have been wanting. So it's finally here. The tattoo tour. So let's just dive right into this. I do have a couple of notes that I just want to mention for every single tattoo, when I got it, where I got it, any little side notes or stories. So if I look down or to the side, y'all know what's going on there. I don't have this all memorized. Like, obviously I know where I got all my tattoos and everything, but they're just little notes so I don't forget to mention anything. So I'm gonna turn around because that's my first tattoo, is on my upper back. So I will let you guys see it for a couple seconds and then I'll turn back around to tell you all about it. So hopefully you all can see it well. And it is, as you saw, the infinity symbol with a heart on each side and the word love underneath. I am a huge fan, and ever since I was little have been, of the infinity symbol. It is a symbol that means a lot to me, not only just to me, but in general to my family. Our family number, like how everybody, or how some people have a number that's significant to them. Well, in my family, the number 8 is significant to us. And so the fact that the infinity symbol is 8 just turned and rotated just was further fate, that that it was my number. Or that it was my symbol that I love. So that was the first one. It was designed completely by me. It was not taken from a book or anything. I designed it on my own. It was very important to me that my first tattoo be a design that's not found in books, that's not necessarily found on the internet, that was drawn by me, that was designed by me, and that had special meaning to me. I did get it in June of 2007, approximately. I don't have all the exact dates just because, unfortunately, the tattoo parlor that I went to get the majority of my tattoos, unfortunately, decided for whatever reason a couple years ago to completely, I guess the best expression is to, I don't know if they shredded or they burned all the records. I don't know what happened. All I just found out was the last time I called them and I tried to get like exact dates, and they asked me like approximate dates of when I think I got the tattoos were. They said that they got rid of, records from, a certain year to, from like the time that they opened up the shop up until a certain year, that they didn't digitize any of those records. Why? I don't know, but whatever. So I just made an approximate day or year, as best as I could, to the best of my acknowledgement, because I definitely did not write in any journal or diary which days I got my tattoos on. I kind of wish at this point I had, now looking back on it. So if you have not gotten any tattoos, you're kind of considering getting any, first of all, obviously as a person that has tattoos, I highly recommend them. But if you do decide, and when you do decide to get them, mark down the date, because it's something that you're going to want to remember. if, you know, if that's important to you. That kind of thing would have been nice to have. I mean, it doesn't change or like impact my life that I don't have the date, but it would have been kind of nice to know the date, or at least like definitely a month, you know, and year that I definitely for sure got them, because dates are very significant to me. So anyway, as you saw, the red hearts on either side of the infinity symbol, there's 2 red hearts. The one on the left, which correlates to the one over my heart, is that heart is completely on my left is for my brother, who unfortunately passed away in 2005. I'm actually planning to do a video about my brother, about his life, my family dynamic, you know, growing up in that, and all of that information, and that just kind of story. So if you're interested in seeing that kind of video, please let me know in the comments down below, if y'all would be interested. I think it would be an interesting video, you know, for me to watch, you know, somebody like sharing that kind of experience. So just FYI, to give you a little teaser, I guess is the best way to express that. To give a little bit of a teaser, my brother was severely and profoundly handicapped. So I did disabled brother, like severely disabled. So much so that he functioned at like maybe a 2 or 3 month old baby would. So there was nothing my brother could do. But yeah, if you want to see a video about my brother Jordy, let me know and I will definitely make a video for you guys. And then the red heart on the right side, I was closer to my paternal grandparents, my dad's parents, who I called Bubby and Grandpa, so that heart is for them. Not that I didn't love my granny and poppy, my mom's parents. I did love them. All 4 of them have passed away, unfortunately. And not that I didn't love them as much, but I spent more time with Bubby and Grandpa. I was more close with them. So that heart just kind of made more sense to be for Bubby and Grandpa than it did for Granny and Poppy, or for all 4 grandparents. The next tattoo is my second tattoo. I'm not sure of the year I got it. I want to say 2009 or 2010, just because my 3rd tattoo was definitely for sure in 2010. So I want to say that the one that I'm about to show you was in 2008 or 2009. I don't remember, but it is the treble clef music symbol, and it is the same symbol and the exact same location as my best friend Brittany. Brittany, I know you'll be watching this, so hello. And Brittany and I actually met on May 31st, 2007 at a music concert. She was the merch girl for the band that she was going to see. I was the merch girl for the band that I was going to see. I think during the first band, we met up because our band's merches tables like were right in the same area, because it was an extremely small venue. So we were kind of like, all of our stuff was squished together pretty much at like one table, or like 2 very, very small cart kind of tables. And so we were pushed together by fate, but also by us doing the same job. And we started talking, and we've been best friends since. So we've been best friends since 2007, and we both decided, you know, to commemorate the friendship, wouldn't it be cool to have a tattoo together? And by that time, obviously, I'd gotten my first tattoo a year or 2 before, so I was definitely into getting another one, because it's definitely a true thing that everybody, I'm sure you all hear, is once you get one tattoo, it becomes addicting and you want to get more. It is very true. It's an addicting thing. Me personally, I like the feel of the tattoo needle. I actually love it. So I'm never going to be one of those people that are completely, you know, have sleeves and are covered all over. That's not me. Nothing against anybody that has sleeves that is all covered in tattoos. I love getting to see, sleeves and completely covered on other people, but it's just not my personal thing. I don't want to be completely covered. And that's also a lot of money, is one thing. And so, yeah, that's that. So that's that explanation. And then the third one, is on this side. I got it in 2010, and it is a little crown. And honestly, I got it with another friend of mine. We didn't get the same symbol. We didn't get it in the same location. Like Brittany and I got the treble clef. But she got a tattoo the same day. I got a tattoo. And this is kind of, if it looks at all somewhat familiar, you people that wear nail polish might recognize it. It is a little bit of a different version than the Rimmel nail polish, like the Rimmel London nail polish little symbol. It's that crown. It's just a little bit of a different variation from it, because of course I don't want to like have anything necessarily like copywritten on me or anything of that sort. Not that I'm really at all worried about that, because it's a tattoo and you can't take it off, but I did have the artist change it up just a tiny bit, so that it was a little bit unique to me. And the reason why I got the crown is ever since I was little, I don't know what it is. I haven't really done much research into it. Maybe that's something to do in another video or just another day in general. Maybe on an Insta story perhaps, is to do the history of this. But ever since I was little, and not to sound conceited, I just am very confident in it, is that ever since I was little, I just realized I said that statement like 3 times in a row. I apologize. Sorry about that. When I get excited, I tend to talk a lot, if y'all can't tell by previous videos, or if this is your first one, hi, I'm a talker by nature. So anyway, I'm a queen. I see myself as the Queen of Hearts. That is always how I've seen myself. That is how my family sees me, how my friends see me. I generally have a love for everybody out there. Certain people, especially in this day and age, I don't love. I don't even like. I won't use the H word because I don't like to use it. But I heavily dislike certain people, especially nowadays. But as a general, just feel, I have a general love of, everybody. And it's very hard for me to not like somebody. So when I do, like, there is a main reason behind it. There is good reason for it. I connect a lot. I've always connected ever since I was very young with my intuition, and with women's intuition in general. It is a very strong part of me. I go with my intuition a lot on many things in my life, on people that I become friends with, on, objects that I purchase, things that I let into my life. I go by intuition. So that was the kind of reason behind that. And then, so my next one, my 4th tattoo, is actually right here. It is on my right wrist, and I got it in 2011. Sorry, I'm trying to hold up the bracelet so y'all can see it without worrying about the bracelet dangling. So as you all can see, it says A&D, A&D, and that just stands for a new dawn, a new day. I actually got the idea from a actress that I really, really love and admire, Susan Sarandon. She has a new dawn, a new day tattoo as well. And that's originally where I got the idea. And then I got that idea when I saw that idea, actually, and I decided to get it tattooed on me. It was special meaning to me, not only placement of where to put it, but the acronym is very, very important to me. So if y'all don't know, and I might actually do a video on this in the next couple months, so look out for that, is in 2007, actually. Same year I met Brittany, but many, many months later, I actually almost committed suicide. And so kind of in honor of that, I don't want to say in memory because obviously I didn't commit suicide, and I don't want to say in commemoration. I don't know, that might be the right or wrong word, I don't know. But to kind of just have it as a daily reminder that every day is a new day, that you don't need to bring the past into your present, that you don't need to bring yesterday's garbage into, into today. And so that I just wanted a daily reminder, and I wanted something that was in the area of where people who are going, through high anxiety or going through high depression like I was at that time, some of the things that they do, some of the self-harm things that they do is to cut. Now, I never was a cutter, but that is almost how I did, how I almost tried to commit suicide, was going to be by cutting, and cutting obviously very deeply to bleed out. That was the intention at the time. So in memory of, not in memory, but just to kind of have that, have it as a general remembrance of that. That's how I decided to get it on my wrist, was because a wrist is a popular cutting spot. And it's just something that you see every day. This, my right hand is my dominant hand, so I see it all the time. It's a constant reminder that every day is new. And then my fifth one, my most recent one, was in 2014. I'm going to change the camera angle a little bit here for a second so you can see it up close, but is the song title, the Beatles title, Let It Be. And if you look closely, there's a P symbol in the letter B of the word be. So yeah, the explanation, hold on, I'm just trying to fix the tripod here. I apologize. Sorry about that. But yeah, so the explanation behind that is, I think this started pretty much when I was a baby. I've always had a love of the Beatles. I grew up in a home where the Beatles was played a lot, and growing up, and my dad had a love of the Beatles, and I think it was because of him that I mostly had a love for the Beatles. And there's so many songs that, the Beatles wrote and that they record and everything, but one of my absolute favorite songs, besides Imagine, which is like everybody's go-to song, is the song Let It Be. It just has special meaning to me, and especially now because of 2007 and what happened during that year, because of, just things that I've been through in past years and past months even, is that it's a symbol, it's a song title that just, it lends itself to so many situations and so many things. And so that's why I got that. And it's a daily, it's a daily reminder, kind of that goes with this one, is just to, let any anxiety or depression go, to let it be, to deal with the situation at hand, but then, not let it go into days, months, years. And yeah, so that is, the 5 tattoos that I have on me. I do have a 6th tattoo planned. I was planning to show it in this video, but I think it actually will hold more meaning to show it to you guys another time when I actually get it done. And I'm thinking, the plan as of right now is whenever I get up and save up the money for the tattoo, that I might kind of vlog style while it's getting done, and then you guys will get to see it in a tiny little, video here on my channel. But it basically is just many different symbols of past lives that that I feel that I've lived ever since I was pretty much 2 or 3 years old. I've always believed in my heart of hearts that I did have past lives and that I had a number of them. So the 6th tattoo that I have planned as of right now is all of the symbols of those different times that I feel that I had a past life in. And then a 7th tattoo. So I'm hoping to make the 6th tattoo happen sometime later this year or early next year. And then definitely for sure sometime next year, I want to get, as many of you know, if you are past viewers, past subscribers, you know that in March I had major surgery, and the tattoo runs from like right here pretty much where I'm pointing to over here. So from midsection to the bottom of my chest to the side to the right side of my body to my waist. And so it's a big long scar. It's smooth, it's great, it looks fantastic actually, and I'm planning to use some scar gel just to kind of make it disappear a little more. I know it's never going to be completely gone, but that's besides the point. But yeah, so eventually when it's as good as it's going to get looking wise, I do want to get a tattoo to cover it up. I have a love of art, if any of you haven't noticed, just in Instagram posts or just me sharing in previous videos. I love art, I collect art here and there, and one of my favorite artists is Van Gogh. So I'm actually planning, as of right now, I may change this up in the future, who knows, but as of right now, I'm planning to kind of get the blossoms that he has a painting of done the whole length of my scar. Like I said, I may change that idea in the next year, but that's what I'm sticking to for now and what I have for a good month or two. And then anything else that I want to mention, this is kind of a long video already, I apologize, but if you've made it this far, I'm actually curious to know. I know most of you might not do it, but if you do decide to, I would love for you to do this. If you have made it this far in the video, please make sure in the comments below to leave a black heart emoji. Because as you saw, all of my tattoos except for the red hearts on my back are black. So leave a black heart emoji if you've made it this far. Yeah, so really the only other thing that I want to mention is pricing wise and a little myth that is going around and that has been going around for many, many years. So pricing wise, it really depends on the tattoo parlor that you go to. Most tattoo parlors nowadays have a minimum for tattoos, and it's usually along the $50 or $60 area. Some have, some shops of course have $80 minimums, $100 minimums. It's up to the tattoo parlor's discretion, the owner, what they want to do as, what they want to set as their minimum. But the places that I've been to or that I've looked into are definitely, in the $50, $60 for the cheapest. And that's pretty basic tattoos. It's not, anything intricate. It's not going to take 2+ hours to do, yada, yada, yada. And then, prices can skyrocket from there. It really depends on how big you want it, how many colors you want, and as part of that tattoo, there's so many different details that go into the pricing. How much time is going to be the tattoo artist is going to have to spend tattooing the design and doing all of the colors and everything on you. So it really does depend. The majority of my tattoos, if you just kind of want to have a general idea, the one on my back was about 80 something. This one was, I want to say, like in the 60 to 80 range. This one for sure was like the minimum, was the parlor that I went to was like the minimum. So it was, I think, like 50 or 60, somewhere around there. The wrist one, I was at a totally different tattoo parlor, and I want to say it was around 80 or 90. And then the ankle one, the Let It Be one, was around 80 or 90. So I got, the majority of mine were pretty cheap, like on the cheaper side tattoo wise. But of course, time spent, all of that stuff goes into it. So definitely do your research, call, the tattoo shop that you're interested in, find an artist that you like, see, some of their books that they have, whether it's online or in store or in the parlor, and see some of the designs and tattoos that they've done. So yeah, definitely do your research if you are wanting to get a tattoo. I highly, highly recommend that. I can't recommend that actually enough. Do your research. Make sure, obviously, like all the places are clean, have sterilized their instruments all the time. Do your research. And then last but not least, it is actually a myth that I'm gonna bust here. If y'all don't know it before, you know it now. Jews, like myself, can actually be buried in Jewish cemeteries. It is a myth that we cannot. We can. If you ask any rabbi, Reform rabbi, conservative rabbi, or Orthodox rabbi, if you ask any rabbi, there's nowhere in the Torah, in the Old Testament, that says that you can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery. Now, there definitely are things, there are definitely part of, bits and parts of the Torah that say that you shouldn't put anything permanently on your body. There's definitely, that kind of general rule. But there's nowhere actually in the Old Testament that says anything about Jewish cemeteries and not being buried in them. It is a complete myth. I'm not exactly sure how it started. I looked it up several years ago, but I forgot to write it down like recently when I was writing the notes to mention it in this video. But y'all can look it up if you're interested, just to see the history of that. But yes, total myth. I busted it here. You can be married, you can be buried in a Jewish cemetery, and really just so long as, from what every rabbi that I've ever asked about this whole myth, is so long as the symbol, whether it's a name or whether it's whatever,